Over the years, our family's had a share of health problems.
So prescriptions are a part of our life.
Before we went to the big box store.
We both thought it would help us save. But with the long lines and impersonal service, filling prescriptions became a chore. That's when a friend recommended D&H.
Now Tristan knows our prescriptions. Brenda always helps us find the right vitamins. And after Dad's fall, Monica's been a real expert with all our home medical needs. All without the lines.
Trust and service.
That's our D&H.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on this Thursday, March the 19th. It's good to have you with us today. We were, one of our segments, part of our program today was supposed to be with Jeff Moran, who is talking about the PET project, P-E-T, which is the Personal Mobility Project. Well, Jeff is sick today. He's got the flu. But he wanted us, and I promised that we would talk about a very special fundraising event that they have coming up this coming weekend. It's a musical comedy science review, and it's going to be at Talking Horse Productions on Friday, March the 20th. That will be tomorrow night at 7:30, and tickets cost $15, and this is to raise as much money as possible for the PET project. And if you're not aware of what we are talking about, we've got a picture, and you can go to kbia.org and watch the vodcast of this. There are about 20 million people around the world that are leg disabled, which means they really can't get around. They need something to get around, and PET does provide partial mobility for this. And you can see in the pictures right now, it's a cart that then people use their hands to make themselves mobile. Sometime in the very near future, the 50,000th PET will be produced. 50,000. This represents an investment of about $12,500,000 and more than 10 million hours of volunteer labor, which is just outstanding. They've got more than 50 partner agencies in more than 100 countries around the world to help deliver pets to the people in need. And of course, this all takes money, and that's where the fundraiser comes in tomorrow night. So if you have a chance, mark it on your calendar. It will be at Talking Horse Theater at 210 St. James Street here in Columbia. It'll be featuring Jeff Moran, Larry Brown, and others. And so Jeff is taking care of himself today so he can be there tomorrow night to raise money for the PET project. Okay? And Kelly Smith is sitting right next to me over here from River City Habitat for Humanity, and you were telling me you are familiar with that PET project.
I am. I spent some time in Vietnam a few years ago, and the need in developing parts of the world for mobility is huge, and it's not uncommon to see people on the sidewalks or in the street or in hospitals just on the floor pulling themselves with their arms. And so I think what PET does is amazing.
Yeah, it does. And hopefully people will go to the fundraiser tomorrow night at Talking Horse Theater. Mm-hmm. Now, you're here today, and you were a perfect guest for this segment since Jeff couldn't do it because you knew exactly what we're talking about. But you're here today representing River City Habitat for Humanity.
Correct.
And you have something special.
We do. We're promoting our second annual Habitat Fun Run for Homes. It's going to be Saturday, April the 11th, and we're promoting it now because we're hoping people will get out and register to do the walk run. It's a fun run. It's not competitive. We're encouraging people to bring their kids out. And so getting registered before April, you can get the T-shirt and all that stuff. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So we're going to have activities for kids, so it's very family friendly, and we're trying to raise awareness for our housing program in Jefferson City.
Yeah, tell me about the housing program.
Sure. We're just starting our 91st local house in Jefferson City.
91 houses?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Have you been a part of all 91 houses?
You know, I haven't. I've been there 9 years. I've worked on about half of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So about 45, 46 houses.
Right. And it's a compliment to our volunteers and to the founders of the affiliate who way back when said, you know, it's a need in the community that needs to be addressed, is this problem of indecent low-income housing in Jefferson City. And so it's the Housing Partnership Program and also our Critical Repairs Program, A Brush with Kindness, that we're raising awareness for.
Explain Explain what the critical repair program is.
Well, we started to see that there's a need for help for people, not just people that didn't own a home, but people who do own a house but have a low income, elderly, disabled, who have critical repairs they can't perform, and they need help to get those done to keep them in their home. But they already own the house, so it has to be owner occupied, and there's some criteria, but basically we come in with our volunteers and do the work, and then we charge a material cost repayment. It's interest free, divided out however works in their budget. And we do a lot of, we help with roofs. We've helped with retaining walls, doing like block walls, things like that. It's things that are critical that are needs to keep them there.
And the point is, those folks that you're helping could not afford it. They couldn't afford it, and the house would go downhill. They would have no place to live. But you're providing the labor by volunteer, free of charge, and then the material, they're paying you back, but they're paying you back on terms that they can afford to pay back.
Exactly. Yeah, Habitat's the premise of a hand up, not a handout. So everything we do is based on partnership, and there's a repayment. Of course, for the Habitat homes, there's a mortgage, and then for these projects to keep that going, to have the little, but it could be $20 a month, something like that, a small repayment on those.
Whatever folks can afford.
Right, exactly.
And so many times, these people, they're in that situation through no fault of their own.
Right, exactly. Exactly, and those repairs, anybody that owns a home knows that if you're not budgeting for a roof, I mean, that can be a big undertaking.
Exactly, or the furnace goes out, or the air conditioning goes out, and all at once you've got a bill of $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, and where is this money going to come from?
Exactly. Yes.
So if you want to help out on this, you can be a part of the fundraiser on April the 11th.
Yes.
What time, Kelly?
The run starts at 9. I should say walk run. We have more walkers than runners.
Yeah, and it's not competitive. It's there to help raise money for Habitat for Humanity in Jefferson City.
And I would tell people to go to rivercityhabitat.org. And you can get the entry form, and you can find out anything you want to about Habitat through that site.
Okay, so go to www.rivercityhabitat.org. And you can register, you can sign up, you can make a donation, or if you like, you can even donate your time to help out, volunteer, because you're always looking for volunteers.
Definitely.
The volunteers are almost important as the money, right?
The volunteers are critical. I mean, we're a very volunteer-centric organization. So,
have you ever done an estimate of how much money the volunteers have given in their time?
We haven't. We should look at that.
Oh, I bet you it's
that
millions.
Would be, I'm sure.
It's millions of dollars.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, Kelly Smith, River City Habitat for Humanity. And don't forget, tomorrow night, Friday, March 20th, Talking Horse Theater Productions, the fundraiser for the Pet Project. Our program directed by Travis McMillan, Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio is Pat Akers, KBIA. Our floor director is Brendan McDermott, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.